There are still some schools doing all remote learning, but many in our region resumed in-person learning several weeks ago. New at 5, Dr. Maria Simbra examines what every school must do to limit transmission of the virus inside the classroom.
The CDC says there is low transmission of coronavirus with in-person instruction in schools, as long as masks and distancing are enforced.
The schools have to be creative and inventive on ways of getting the kids to come back, aligning the desks, making sure everybody's facing in the same direction, designating hallways for direction so you're not getting clumps of kids, not using your lockers but carrying things around.
The CDC researchers reviewed studies from the U.S. and other countries. They found schools had lower rates of transmission compared to nursing homes and other crowded work settings. For instance, in a North Carolina study, only 32 cases came from in-school spread, 773 from the community. In rural Wisconsin, only 7 of 191 cases were acquired in school. Some infections have occurred from indoor sports. The report says school officials should restrict those.
The riskier sports like wrestling, basketball, that are held in indoor spaces, indoor gyms. Outdoor sports like football, will be coming up to lacrosse season. Those sports are a little bit less risky because you're playing on a large field, you're outside.
The CDC report also says to keep schools open, local officials must be willing to limit other public activities, such as indoor dining, bars, and poorly ventilated gyms, to keep community infection rates low. But Dr. Arakri points out some of the riskier things we do are right under our noses.
Social events that are held within the house seem to be a higher risk for exposure. So whenever the kids get together afterwards for a pizza party or some kind of social event that's outside of their usual pod, they could be at risk for increased spread.
In some parts of the country, infection rates are up for teachers, but they're in the next priority group for vaccine, Group 1B.
Masking, hand washing, social distance should be able to keep our teachers safe from the spread from the students.
The key efforts to keeping everybody safe. I'm Dr. Maria Simbra, KDKA News.